John Coleman, another home defeat. Was it a case of a game of two halves, given the effort your players expended and that late near comeback?
Peterborough showed what a good side they were in the first half. Played some neat passing football. Took the game to us. And we showed what a good side we can be. Different. We showed a lot more desire in them second half. Yet again, we didn't get the rub of the green with the decisions. You know, there's probably 2 offside goals been scored against us tonight. Second one, we should have had a foul in the build-up to it. Mo's headed the ball there, lads barged them. We just, any 50-50s fell the other wrong way for us tonight with the decisions. We didn't get them. But I'm really proud of the players second half. Showed a lot of courage to take the game to a top team like Peterborough and pin them back, and really should have got something out of the game. You know, just little fine margins. They're not falling our way at the moment. But if we show that effort in the next 4 games, we've got a chance. We could give ourselves a chance. I think the lads will feed off that. They'll show what they can get if they pin teams back and they chase and harry and don't give teams a second, and that's what we did in the second half against the wind.
Is it better to finish that game in the way you did than possibly if you'd scored first and ended up losing 2-1 in terms of what you can take from it?
100%. You finished on a high, really, even though we've got nothing out the game. We have finished on a high. When they reflect on that, they'll see they've got away with murder, really, tonight. Getting the win that they've got with what went on in the game. But, that's football, and we've had one of them seasons where everything that can go against us has gone against us, so tonight's not new.
Is that kind of a microcosm of your season? Just being 2-0 down, it looked like it was going to be 1-0 at half time, and then a goal goes in 2 minutes before half time, and suddenly your job's doubly as hard. Yeah,
but it's something that's plagued us all season. What we've got to do is we've tried to replicate the Port Vale game, but we've got to replicate that attitude and appetite, because that's what we can only be about. We can't afford to pay the top paid players. We can't afford a Clark Harris. We can't afford a Poku. So we have to rely on spirit. And he showed that tonight, that spirit can be a match for whatever comes up against you. And tonight we were more than a match for them in the second half. We were better than them in the second half. I think they know that. And it's always a sign when teams are time wasting against you that you've got to. And listen, fair play to them. We'd be doing it, we were winning. But when they're doing that, that you've got them on the ropes a bit, and we had them on the ropes for a long period in the second half.
I know you've always been a sort of student of performance rather than the outcome of games. Are you running out of time to put good performances in?
We definitely are running out of time, but we've still got enough. We've still got enough time, and we've got to make the most of that time, and we've got to turn in performances like we did the second half tonight.
I know that winning and losing can become a habit. Does it feel like that's become a bit of a habit? I think you've won 4 games in the calendar year and maybe lost a dozen.
Yeah, it can become a habit. I don't feel as though it is at the moment. Not with the spirits we showed for big periods of the second half on Saturday, and then the spirit we've shown tonight. But you can't magic fortune to go your way. You can't magic decisions to go your way. All you can hope is that the officials get them right. And I've had conversations with Mike Jones since August. And we've probably had about 30 majors against us this season, and that's ultimately the reason why we're in the situation that we are. Added to the indecisiveness we've shown in defence and as a team, and let too many goals in. So it's a combination of a few things. But I certainly think if we'd have had the rub of the green on the decisions this season, we wouldn't be where we are.
How significant might a goal be for Sean McConville, for him himself? Because he's been frustrated, I think, during games at times this season. He's not scored in a long time, and it may well be a weight off him. Can
possibly.
That kick him on?
I think Sean was disappointed with his own performance on Saturday. I had a good chat with him yesterday, and you could see how hard he worked tonight. And if you look at our running stats in the second half, we'll have absolutely smash them to pieces in the running stakes. And that's what we've got to try and do on Saturday.
You're going to have to win 2-3 of the remaining 4 games, you think?
Whatever it takes, we'll try and get it. And try and get ourselves up the line, whatever it takes. What I will say is our fans were absolutely magnificent today. And that kept us going, I think. That galvanised us. They didn't turn on us. They were brilliant with us, and we've got to start paying them back.